Hello everyone, Tina here. Happy Thursday to you all. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me. Well, I'm excited today to share a project with you for PAPERTREY Ink, and we are using some new items. PAPERTREY Ink is actually having an Instagram hop, so my project today is going to be featured in an Instagram hop. There is a giveaway to go with it, so I think you should head on over after the video to Instagram and check out all the fabulous inspiration. And the details for the giveaway are on the very first Instagram page, which will be PAPERTREY Ink. And you can check out how you can win a crafty surprise. Today I'm going to be using one of the new stamp sets. This is great. It's called Iconic Christmas. It's a 4x6 stamp set, and it's great for decorating the outside of your envelopes. I don't do that too often, and I think I should do it more. But this is a lot of winter and Christmas images that are perfect. And then you even get the lines for the address, and then you get kindly delivered to and good tidings to that you can decorate your envelope with. There's coordinating die that will die cut out two labels that your address will fit in, and there's some, not all, but some of the elements in the images there's dies for. So we're going to be using this to create a mini scene. I think it's going to be versatile and fun. So this is a dual purpose stamp set. You know I love dual purpose. We're going to be using the Just Sentiments Winter Wonderland to stamp our sentiment on our project today. So we're going to jump in. I'll make this kind of quick. That way you can head on over to Instagram and check out that brand new inspirational Instagram hop. Let's stamp a few of the items. I'm actually going to take the dies out too. I went ahead and separated them already. I kept these together just to make it easier. But isn't that a pretty scallop? And there's dotted detail around here too. We're going to grab some white cardstock and do die cutting first. Okay. I'm going to die cut out my frame, and then I'm also just going to die cut out the entire dies here, because we're going to use the Christmas tree, the reindeer, and the holly. So I'll just keep them together and run these through my die cut machine. Okay, die cutting is all done. I'm going to take the reindeer, and I'm going to take the holly leaf, and I'm also going to take this little tree here. And I'm going to just set these off to the side. We're not going to use these. While I was die cutting, I did take the PAPERTREY Ink Layered Snowflakes die set. This is the drift. There's 3 different sets, and I'm using the drift today. It creates 3 beautiful snowflakes. So since we're creating a flurry background, I think this is going to work perfect for our project. So I die cut out 2 small ones. Actually, I take that back. Yeah, 2 small ones and 1 medium, and then there's 1 slightly larger. I didn't die cut this one out. So we're going to set these off to the side. I have a piece of Hawaiian Shores cardstock. This is PAPERTREY Ink's cardstock, and I trimmed it down. The measurements are a little bit off, but I trimmed it down so it would fit right inside the dotted detail of this frame. I think it's going to create a nice home for our images. Okay, before we go any further, I have a piece of white cardstock. I'm going to take this Hawaiian Shores piece. I'm going to line it up, and just using my scissors, I'm going to trim the same size panel with white cardstock. I want to create a snowbank with this. And I want to make sure that the width is exactly the same. Now, to create my snowbank, I'm just going to freehand it, take my scissors. When I make my snowbanks, I just basically draw an S, but I want this corner to be up a little bit higher. So and I find too, sometimes using bigger scissors work better. Let's see. I want enough room to where I can stamp a sled on my snowbank, so I'm going to go ahead and use this piece, just trim it a little bit more. And I think that is going to work out good. Yes. So my sled will fit on there. You can save this for another project if you wanted. Okay. Now I'm going to make sure my sentiment fits in here also. I'm going to stamp Walking in a Winter Wonderland. I'm going to stamp this on the very top of my Hawaiian Shores. I'm going to stamp this with my watermark ink, and I'm going to do a little bit of heat embossing. I think white is going to really stand out against this background. So I'll ink this up. I'm going to stamp right in the center. And I'm going to go over this with white embossing powder. And then I'll just use my heat gun and we will melt this embossing powder. Wonderful. I love how it stands out on that cardstock. So our sentiment is all good. We're going to go ahead and stamp our images on the die cut elements here. So let's grab some acrylic block and some inks. We're going to first stamp our tree. I'm going to use Simply Chartreuse. We'll just ink this up. We'll stamp this right over the top. It's pretty easy to line up. So we have our Christmas tree. And then I'm going to take New Leaf. We're going to stamp our holly. Wonderful. And then I'm going to take we'll take Honey Nut, and we're going to stamp our reindeer with Honey Nut. Wonderful. And there's no die that will cut out our sled or our sleigh, but no worries. What I'm going to do is stamp it right on my snowbank. I want a red sleigh, so I'm going to ink this up with my Pure Poppy. And I want the bottom of the sleigh to have, I don't want the bottom of the sleigh to be red. So I'm bringing in my small True Black ink pad. Oops. And I'm just going to lightly go over the bottom of my sleigh. You can see, so the bottom rails will be black, and then we're going to stamp this over here towards the bottom. Wonderful. We have our sled on our snowbank. We're going to go ahead and take this, flip this around. Using my tape runner, we're going to adhere this to our sentiment panel. Since it's the same width, it's going to work out beautifully. And I'm going to take my deer and my Christmas tree. First, we'll adhere our Christmas tree. And then I'm going to take a foam square, just a small one, and we're going to adhere our deer. So cute. I'm going to flip this around. We're going to add some adhesive behind it, and we're going to place this on our little label. I love that dotted detail. I just think it adds so much. And it fits perfectly. That's our scene. Now I'm going to do one more stamping. I want a little bit more red in my card today. So there is the 25 little coin. I'm going to go ahead and take that 25 and stamp that with my Pure Poppy ink. So I stamped my 25, and I think I'm going to stamp a few more holly. So we're going to bring back our New Leaf, and I'm going to stamp a couple more. And then I'll die cut this out. Now our 25 doesn't have a die, but I can use one of my circle dies, and then I'll die cut out the rest of my holly, and I will be right back. I went ahead and die cut everything out, and then just for a little added sparkle, I went through my gems and I found some red ones. I'm going to add some red gems to those holly leaves. Okay, we are going to go ahead and create our background with some pattern paper. I'm using the PAPERTREY INK Candy Cane prints. I'm going to use these two pieces here. I'm just going to trim them down with my trimmer. So I have two pieces of that pattern paper. This measures 5 inches by 3 3/4, and then this is a 1/4 inch smaller. So I'm going to mat these two together. Let's go ahead and use the tape runner and do that right now. I just wanted a little bit of a red border on the outline of this. Wonderful. Now I have my card base. We're going to make a side folding card base today. This is a standard A2 size. So it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. We're going to take our pattern paper and adhere this to the middle of our card base. And then I have our snowflakes. I'm going to put one down in the corner, and I actually want to adhere it to this piece because I'm going to pop this piece up with some foam adhesive. So I am adding tape here and then here on this corner and the bottom right. And then I'm going to tack down my snowflake here along with these two. I'm going to remove the release paper, and then this is going to go right in the center of our card. Wonderful. Now with my 25, I'm going to take one of those foam circles and place it behind here. This is going to go in the corner, but I want to add some twine. So I'm bringing in some dark chocolate twine. I'm going to double it up and create a bow. Once my bow's done, I'm going to take a glue dot. I'll double it up actually. I'm going to put this on this corner. I want my bow to go under my 25. So this is going to go in the corner. I'm going to remove the release paper off of that circle here. We're going to place it right in the center of that bow, basically in the center of that snowflake. And then we have our holly. I'm going to use some small foam squares, and we are going to add some holly. We'll add our last one. Wonderful. And then that finishes my card today. This is the iconic Christmas stamp set. It's so cute. Not only great for the outside of your cards, but great for card making too. I hope you can check out the brand new release from Papertrey Ink. I think you're going to be really inspired too with the Instagram hop. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.